tending to your mental health, tending to your actual health, you know, your physical health, anything like that. Hey ladies, how you doing? Y'all, first let's plug in the shirt. This is We Age Graceful. If you look down below, you will see my merch. Ladies, I just launched the color collection. I got some really cute colors. I got this green, I got pink, I got all these nice little colors that you can wear. Just check it out down below. So let's get into the video. Self-care. Self-care can be categorized in so many different ways. You know, self-care is just not, you know, going to get a massage or, you know, getting your feet done or getting a facial. Self-care can mean so many different things. You know, that can be from, you know, tending to your mental health, tending to your actual health, you know, your physical health, anything like that. Just taking care of yourself. Sometimes we get so caught up in the vanity of everything and we don't even realize it's more than just vanity. So let's get into it. So you guys see the title. I'm talking about self-care for working women. Now, yes, I am narrowing this down because why? I am a working woman and sometimes I neglect myself. And I've definitely spoke on that before, but I just kind of want to dive a little bit deeper into it and share with you what I mean about self-care for working women. So, what is it? You know, we have to take care of ourselves by any means necessary. We can work these jobs, take care of these children, you know, be a part of our home, have our husbands, have our significant others, girlfriend, boyfriends, whatever the case may be. And sometimes we'll put ourselves to the side. And that's not acceptable because not only are you not tending to yourself, you're messing with your mental and your physical. Sometimes we think we're just so strong because we were raised to be these strong women and things like that. But in all reality, we do need to really care for ourselves by any means necessary. I can remember a time when, you know, even thinking back about like my mom or thinking about myself, you know, sometimes we get to the point where we'll come home from work, right? We'll cook the meal maybe the day before, or if it's Sunday, cook a good meal and some leftovers behind, right? So now we're like, you know what, these kids is big, they can go heat that up, you know. Even if it was the time way before the microwaves came into play, you put that mess in the oven or you put it in a pan, reheat it, whatever you had to do to get it hot again, that's what you had to do. And you think about now, we have microwaves and all these other little fancy gadgets and air fryers. The kids will reheat their food. I can remember a time trying to go back and remembering when my mom would come home from work exhausted because she wasn't tending to herself. She just making sure the house was, you know, bills were paid, food was on the table, we were clothed, all these different things, right? And then I sit back and I look at myself. It's times where I've actually came home, I threw my hand up like, hey, and I'm just like, look, I just want to go take these clothes off, take a shower, get in the bed, get a glass of wine, and freaking woosah. That was considered my self-care, but in all reality, that's not self-care. That's pretty much, again, suppressing all the things that we got going on because we just don't know how to balance. We have to take time for ourselves so other things that we have in our life can flow easy and can flow smoother for us. So let me get into some things, y'all. So let's get into it. Believe it or not, the things that I'm getting ready to mention to you is self-care, and you're gonna realize once I actually start throwing them out there. Delegate. You can't do it all, and that's something that I struggle with because again, being raised, being brought up, you're strong, you're this, you can do it, you know, and I have a very strong personality as it is. So I tend to want to do all the cleaning, the cooking, the this, the that, making sure everything is right. Because if my eyes is not on it, I don't know what's going on. But I have to trust the process. The same way how I learn, I'm going to have to teach the next person, I got a young one in here. At one point in time, I had 2, you know, children up in here. Everybody can take a task. Delegate it. You can't do it all. If you know you got 3 bathrooms, hey, you want to take one, they get one, they get one. You know, when you got the kitchen, somebody washing one day, somebody putting away, somebody doing this, somebody doing that. Delegate, because you can't do it all. Now I understand you may sit and say, well, I have that going on now. Okay, well, guess what? Delegate something else. It's okay. You'll be surprised when you take things off your shoulder, take things off your plate, how that will increase, you know, just all the things inside of you, like releasing these good endorphins that, you know, we just love to have. You know, take some things off your plate. Taking things off your plate is a form of self-care, because you're caring for yourself and you understand that you can't do it all. You can't. You just can't. Next up, book time for yourself. Now I know we go out, get our nails done, we get our hair done, we get all our pedicures and things like that. Sometimes we don't get massages until it's like Mother's Day, our birthday, or somebody gave us a gift card for Christmas. No, we're not waiting for those occasions. Yes, it can be costly, but at the end of the day, sometimes we have to invest in ourselves. Those little things are a part of self-care. Book time for yourself. And, you know, having alone time, you know, I'm not married, so I can't say, but I've been in a relationship. And sometimes having that space, and I didn't realize that at the time, you know, when you're in something, you want to be with that person, you want to be close. But when you have that separation, that's a part of self-care too, because now you're tending to yourself. It's not all about the relationship or all about them. And that took me some time to grow and to understand. It doesn't matter, you know, when you figure this out. It's just a matter of that you figured it out. And that's the good part about life. You have time. Well, time will run out eventually, but you still have time to figure things out. And it's always better late than never. You know, book that alone time. Have some time to yourself outside of your house. You know, it's okay to, you know, even if you are in a relationship and you are married and you have a significant other or whatever the case may be, and maybe you don't have a significant other and you just single like myself and you just have kids. You know, it's okay to have, you know, that alone time where it doesn't involve family, friends, and, you know, co-workers and so forth and so on. Take yourself out on a date. You know, that was something that, you know, again, one of my girlfriends shared with me. I have some really good girlfriends, let me tell you. So one of my girlfriends, she mentioned to me, take yourself out on a date, go do something, you know, have some time for yourself. In the beginning, I kind of felt scared, like I'm gonna feel awkward, I don't want to be by myself. You know, when you go out to a restaurant, you know, it's like always two. But I would see people at the bar, you know, by themselves and so forth and so on. But it was like, oh, no, not me. But when I actually did it, was it nervous? When I first did it, was I nervous? Absolutely. But then after a while, it was like, okay, I'm looking around, I got this. You know, I'm starting to have conversation with other people. At the end of the day, it's not even about having conversation and feeling like you have company. But then I was also able to sit by myself and have company with myself, have my thoughts rolling, asking myself questions and things like that. I tell you, even though we are in a pandemic, this pandemic has definitely shown me so much about others and myself. And in all reality, the pandemic has definitely been, you know, a hard time for a lot of us, but it has been a good time, and it's been able to help us see so many different things in our lives that we were ignoring and pushing back and suppressing. And I can definitely, you know, raise my hand to that. Last but not least, have grace. Say kind words to yourself. The way we talk to ourselves on the inside, like, I'm gonna give you an example. I knew I had to do something today. I waited to the last minute. And I was like, Dad, Kelly, if you just would have did this earlier, you wouldn't be sitting here doing this now, and you wouldn't be sitting here, you know, doing it halfway. And I said, Kelly, don't say that to yourself. The reason why I did not do it ahead of time is because I had other things going on, you know, and I was tired and I wanted to rest, you know. So I had to give myself some grace and say, it's gonna be some times where, you know, I'm gonna be procrastinating because, you know, I'm tired or whatever. You know, we do have to push ourselves, but at the end of the day, we have to know when our limits are. We have to know what our limits are so we won't overdo ourselves. So have grace on yourself, say kind words to yourself, and be patient with yourself. At the end of the day, or we us, you know what I mean? We only have one of us and we only have one life. So we have to be gentle and we have to take care of ourselves. And especially as we work in these jobs during this time that we're living in, even before this time and even when this time passed, the workforce is going to be here. So us as working women, we have to take care of ourselves so we can maintain our jobs, you know, not only at home or, you know, alone time, but we have to maintain them, you know, at work. So we have to have self-care all around. So I hope I said that clearly. I hope I got my message across. And at the end of the day, take care of yourself no matter what. But to have a start, I just gave you a few so you can kind of have a guide on how you can, you know, care for yourself while you're, you know, working these jobs and trying to juggle life and, you know, having these things at home and having these things outside of homes. We sometimes have to really find time for ourselves. You know, when I sat back and thought about the whole massage thing, I got a gift card to a really, really fancy place to get a massage, right? And I was like, wow, I'm grateful, I'm thankful, but this is what I wait for, this is what I look for. I shouldn't have to wait for that. You know what I mean? I should be able to do that for myself. And sometimes, you know, us as women, mothers, working women, things like that, us budgeters, we tend to say, oh, I don't need that. Oh, you know, next time, or the birthday, you know, anything, Mother's Day. We need to really sit back and say, you know what? Yeah, getting these massages may cost money, but how about once a month? Maybe every quarter. We have to invest in ourselves, because if we don't, nobody else will. We have to. You know what I mean? We can sit here and we can go buy all these different things and don't think twice about it. But at the end of the day, when it's time for us to do for ourselves things that we want, we second guess it. We can't do that no more. We gotta do what we want to do for ourselves. So to close up, what are some tips that you do for self-care as a working woman? You know, let me know if you are one of those women that come home from work, get the kids straight, get the hubby straight, you know, if you're not married or whatever, single, come home, whatever you do, and you want to just hop right in the bed. If you was that, because I know I've done it before, let me know. Let me know down below, okay? So I want to say hey to all my new subscribers, hey to all my loyals. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Subscribe.